Nuriman?
Sudah. Pak
Oke.
Nuriman sudah di
Ah,
venue,
ya.
di Zoom juga sudah ada.
Selamat pagi Pak Nuriman. Sehat Pak?
Pak Nuriman disapa. Pak Nuriman disapa Bu Bilkis di Zoom. Pikiran
Ibu
kemana?
tidak apa-apa. Santai. Baik, kita mulai ya. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Peace be upon us all. Welcome to the National Seminar on Eksplorasi Kecerdasan Buatan dalam Dunia, Riset, dan Akademik, organized by English Education Study Program, Faculty of Education, Universitas Jember. It is truly an honor to have all of you here today, distinguished speakers, honorable guests, lecturers, students, and all participants from all across Indonesia. To begin our event, let us show our gratitude to Allah Subhanahu wa Taala for with His blessings and guidance we are able to gather here today in good health. Okay, before we proceed, allow me to briefly outline today's program. The first, we are going through the opening ceremony, which will include singing national anthem and hymn of Universitas Jember. Then we are going to have welcoming remarks and speeches from the Vice Dean of Academic Affairs. And then we are going to proceed to our main session, which is the keynote and plenary sessions. Then afterwards, we are going to go with the discussion and Q&A for each of the speakers. And afterwards, we are going to do with the closings. Now, to begin, before we start our webinar today, we are going to have to sing the national anthem of Indonesia and hymn of Universitas Jember. So please, for all the audiences, please raise yourself. Please stand up. Thank you. Audience, please be seated. Okay, next on, we would like to invite Bapak Dr. Andes Nuriman, PhD, as the Vice Dean of Academic Affairs, to deliver the welcoming remarks. Please welcome Bapak Nuriman with a warm round of applause.
Thank you. First, I would like to check whether you hear my voice.
I can hear it very clearly, sir.
Thank you very much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. First time I would like to thank to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala who has, of course, bestowed blessing to all of us today, hopefully forever. Good morning, everybody. And thank you very much for joining this seminar. Today's national seminar conducted by English Study Program, the Faculty of Education. I would like to call the Honorable Dr. Gumawang Jati, MA. Thank you very much for joining us today. I think this is our third time.
Yeah, maybe more, but
having seminar today. Today is my third time. Thank you very much, Pak Gumawang. I miss you very much, actually. And the Honorable Francisca Maria Ifun, PhD from the Telecom Association. And also thank you very much for all of the participants today. You all of us have been being here. I'm sure you have taken your valuable time to this event. As mentioned by Bu Mutiara Bilkis, that represent us the Dean of the Faculty of Education today because he could not attend, and he is attending the graduation ceremony in University of Jember. So I'm representing him. I'm the Vice Dean of Academic Affairs for Faculty of Education. This is my great pleasure to welcome to all of you to the national seminar with the topic, the exploration of artificial intelligence in academic and academia and research. I think this is the umpteenth time the English study program has had a webinar on an ongoing topic. This is very important because the impact of this program is very supportive in academic development. On this auspicious occasion, of course, I would like to extend special warm welcome to all of the expert speakers and to all the participants who are joining this event today. Let me say a few about artificial intelligence for us. As you know that artificial intelligence or AI impacts student academic development both positively and also negatively. As a positive impact, through personalized learning, this is very important to them, and also increasing the efficiency on his time to learn about everything, about the task and about the life that they need, the demand in life that they need, and also accessibility. But the negative impact, such as potentially diminishing critical thinking, fostering over brilliant and passive learning because they always using this kind of tool, and rising concern about well-being, such as loneliness and privacy. This is loneliness. Why lonely? Because lonely because they always using AI to do everything. This is the negative impact for using artificial intelligence, maybe. On my view, a balanced integration of artificial intelligence tools with active teaching methods and ethical guidelines, it is crucial to maximize its benefits while mitigating its diverse effects on student holistic development. Today is a very important time for us to talk about artificial intelligence. So this seminar will discuss more specifically about this and how discuss about good practices and the role of higher education institute in supporting the research and academia by using this artificial intelligence. So I would like to say that this is our opportunity, our chance to discuss more deeply with the expert speaker today. This is Bapak Dr. Gumawang and Mbak Francisca to talk about this more detail. And if you have a lot of question, please discuss in this important time today. Because of this reason, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim, in the name of the God, on behalf of the Faculty of Education, I declare to open this event. Finally, thank you very much for joining this event. Enjoy the time, and Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you very much, Bapak Nuriman, for the inspiring remarks and opening the seminar today. Okay, everyone, before we go on with the main session of today's agenda, we would like to have some praying sessions so that today's webinar will run smoothly. Now, for the sessions, I would like to invite Bapak Rizky Febri Andika Hudori to lead the prayer.
Well, okay. Am I audible?
Yes, we can hear
Okay,
you
thank you.
clearly.
Selamat pagi, Bapak Ibu sekalian dan para tamu undangan. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. So for today, let me lead the prayer by using Islamic version.
Check. Okay, I'm so sorry. Okay, so for this occasion, let me lead the prayer by using Islamic version. For those who have different religion, you may your own version. Pada kesempatan kali ini, izinkan saya untuk memimpin doa secara Islam bagi Bapak Ibu dan para peserta yang beragama lain bisa mengikuti sesuai dengan keyakinan dan tata cara. A'udzubillahi minasyaitonirrajim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. Hamdan syakirin, hamdan na'imin, hamdan yu'afihi wa yukafihu mazidah. Ya Rabbana lakal hamdu kama yanbaghi li jalali wajhikal karim wa 'azimi sultanik. Allahumma salli wa sallim wa barik ala sayyidina wa syafi'ina wa maulana Muhammad. Rabbi zidni ilma warzuqni fahma. Rabbi zidni ilma warzuqni fahma. Rabbi zidni ilma warzuqni fahma. Rabbi israh li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul 'uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. Rabbana zalamna anfusana wa illam taghfir lana wa tarhamna lanakunanna minal khasirin. Rabbana atina fid dunya hasanah wa fil akhirati hasanah wa qina adzabannar. Subhanaka rabbika rabbil izzati amma yasifun. Wassalamun alal mursalin walhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. Thank you. Terima kasih. I will return to the Master of Ceremony.
Thank you very much, Pak Rizky. Okay, now we are finally coming to the main session of today's webinar. So we are honored to have Bapak Gumawang Jati and Ibu Francisca Maria Yvonne. Good morning, ma'am. I haven't got the chance to say hi
Good
to you.
morning.
Okay, how
Good
are
morning.
you?
Good. I'm good. Thank you. How are you?
Oh, I'm good. Okay, it's glad to have you back here with us today.
Thank you so much. I'm
Okay.
also glad to be back.
Always be a pleasure to have you here with us. Okay, now the first session will be the presentation from Bapak Gumawang Jati, and the session will be led by Ms. Mufliha Intan as the moderator. So, Ms. Intan, I will pass the floor to you.
Thank you, Ma'am Bilkis. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, respected lecturers, honorable speakers, and dear fellow students. Welcome to this national seminar entitled Eksplorasi Kecerdasan Buatan dalam Dunia Akademik dan Riset. It is a great honor for me, Mufliha Intan Nurani, to serve as your moderator of Dr. Gumawang Jati in this meaningful hybrid seminar. Good morning, Pak Jati.
Yeah, good morning, Mbak Intan. Can you hear me
How
well?
how are you, Pak?
I'm okay, great, thank you. I hope you're great as well with all of your friends there in Jember.
Today, we are connected not only with participants here in the classroom, but also with friends joining us via Zoom. Thank you all for being here, both on site and online. Before we begin, may I kindly remind for those who are joining on site, please keep your phones on silent. For those joining online, please mute your microphones during the presentations, and later you may unmute for discussions and the Q&A sessions. Let's start our first sessions with Dr. Gumawang Jati. Let me read the short CV about Dr. Gumawang Jati. Dr. Jati is a senior English lecturer, teacher trainer, and the current president of ETEL, the Indonesia Technology Enhanced Language Learning Association. He has dedicated more than 30 years to English education and digital innovation. After decades of teaching at Institut Teknologi Bandung, he now continues his academic journey at the Faculty of Education, Parahyangan Catholic University. His expertise covers English language teaching, teacher training, digital material development, and ACT in education. He has spoken in many national and international forums. At present, his focus is on integrating artificial intelligence into pedagogy to advance innovation, ethics, and sustainability in English language education. It is truly an honor to have him with us today. I know that you are as excited as I am to listen to Dr. Gumawang Jati. Pak Jati, you have 50 minutes to deliver your presentations and 10 minutes for the Q&A sessions. Audience are welcome to ask questions during the presentations in the chat box. Please welcome Dr. Gumawang Jati. The screen is yours, sir.
Okay, thank you very much. Good morning, Mbak Intan. Good morning, Pak Nuriman. Pak Nuriman left the room. That's okay. Morning, Mas Rizky, Bu Eka.
Good morning, sir.
Morning, Bu Eka.
Morning, Pak. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Mbak
Thank you for
Bilkis.
being here.
Yeah, thank you. Good morning, Mas Steve, and also Mbak Bilkis. Thank you. It's always good to be in Jember, actually, virtually. Yeah, morning, Mbak Yvonne. Long time no see.
Morning, Pak.
Okay, let's start to share my presentation. So during the presentation, if you have any question, you can always put it in the chat box. If my voice is not audible, just let me know. Hopefully my signal will be okay. Let me start with sharing your screen. Sorry, let me share my screen. Yeah. So this is my title. Yeah. Okay. Can you hear me? Because my signal, I think it's a little bit low here. Okay. So this is the title, Exploring Artificial Intelligence in Academic and Research. I'm not going into very deep, but some practical things. Then later on, you're going to have Mbak Yvonne, and tomorrow you're going to have Mas Calvin and also Mas Daniel to explore more. Yeah. So now I want you to share your feeling today using icon in the chat box. Can you do that for me, please? Your icon, your feeling today, sleepy, not sleepy, happy. Can you put emoji in the chat box? Okay, let's start with me. This is me. Okay, some of you sleepy, happy, not really happy. Okay, thank you, Nurul, lovely, Anissa, loving. Okay, good. Good, thank you. So you're there. Now, if there is no internet connection in your place, what the first word you will say? Can you type it in the chat box, please? If suddenly there is no internet connection, what's the first word you will say? Oh my God, oh no, yang benar. Okay. Aduh, yeah. Damn, no, good. So that's honest. Oh no, yeah. Masih lumayan sopan, so that's okay. It's not allowed to say then to type in. Okay, good. Thank you, thank you. So internet connection is very important right now for all of us. Now, I'm going to tell you a story about TEL, Technology Enhanced Language Learning in ELD. Yeah, I will start with the early call. That's 1960 to 1980. It's called computer-assisted language learning. So the computer is only assist language learning. That's until 1980. Probably you haven't even born yet on that. Now, then 1980 to 1990s, mostly, that's a communicative call. So people start talking and discussing around tools or around the computer. And that time, that's very popular with communicative approach. So the computer tried to adapt with the popular approach at that time. That was 1980 to 1990s. Then the internet become integrative call. So you integrate the computer-assisted language learning, you integrate with the classroom, you integrate with the activities, and so on. That's 1990s to around 2000s. Yeah. Now, 2000s, then mobile phone comes. That's become more mobile-assisted language learning. Until 2010, that's really popular. A lot of research in that area. Yeah. So for students, if you're going to do a research on call, communicative call, integrative call, more, that's a little bit out of date. But that's okay. There's still a space for you to do research in the area. Yeah. Now, 2010 up to now, TEL is still around, Technology Enhanced Language Learning. That's the integration of technology across modality. So we have learning management system like Moodle, Google Classroom. Then we have a lot of interactive platform that we can communicate. We can post our materials. We can post our quiz and so on. So we have quizzes, Kahoot, Padlet, Google Classroom to replacing the class or to support the class. So the focus for 2010 up to now is on blended learning. So you blend the classroom and the online. You flip classroom, and then it's focused on students learning. Yeah. So technology for TEL, technology as a partner in pedagogy, not a separate tools. Yeah. So they are blending the technology as a partner inside the classroom, in doing the homework, and so on, and so on, and so on. Yeah. So that's TEL. Now, AI enhanced TEL, that's 2020. That was, we had a conference this, I still remember in 2020, it was in Bogor. If Bu Eka was there, I think. We are talking about, I presented about AI and also Mbak Ivon in that time. Yeah, so 2020 is still new. So that's 5 years ago. The AI is still new in the area of language. So the technology, it's a generative AI. ChatGPT, Gemini, and then multimodal AI like text, image, audio, and video. So the AI, they can read, they can listen, they can see, and they can produce text, they can produce sound, they can produce video. So become a partner for us. Then the focus become personalized learning, adaptive feedback, creativity. Even some people think AI is not good for critical thinking. Ada yang berpikiran begitu. AI kill creativity. Ada yang berpikiran begitu. Ya, tidak apa-apa sih. There is always the side. Let's see what we can do. Ya, ada AI for writing support. Terus bikin mahasiswanya malas gitu kan. Tapi nggak juga kalau menurut saya. AI chatbot for speaking, multimodal role play, and so on. So the pedagogy become human AI collaboration. And we have to pay attention to the ethics and also AI literacy. Yeah, that's the focus on that. So that's the short story. So we have right now, we have the TEL and our technology still developed up to now. Still a lot of people use that. Your experience with that around you. AI enhanced TELs start 2020, still quite new. People talk about it. Every seminar, if you come, when we talk about technology, always a session about AI, or most of the session right now will be on AI, because that's a new area to explore, and a lot of people explore about that area. Yeah. Now, computer-assisted language learning. That's technology for language learning. Then come more. Language learning anywhere, because you get connected on your mobile phone. Then the program can be put in your mobile phone. That's become apps in your mobile phone, and so on and so on. A lot of courses in the mobile phone, like Duolingo, for example. That's based on that. And then when we talk about testing, then English score from the British Council. That's in a mobile phone, so they can take the test from anywhere. Now, TEL, pedagogy enhanced through technology. And together with that, 2020 up to now, AI TEL, partnership between teacher, learner, and AI. Yeah, so that's become a partnership. A lot of teachers like worried about, will I lose my job? No. Yeah, because AI become the partner on that. Okay. Now, role of technology like TEL and AI. I'm going to give you a story about this year. So the role of technology in TEL, that's enhancer. Make the teaching more efficient, make the teaching engaging, the students heboh sana sini, dan seterusnya. Yeah. So that's TEL. That start from 2010 up to now. How about AI? AI become partner. Generate text, or you can adapt and interact alongside the teachers and the learners. So there is an interaction with the AI itself, because the AI, they can produce sound, they can produce pictures, they can produce movies or videos. Yeah. How about the nature of the tool? If you believe in TEL, or you are working in a TEL mode, then you have pre-designed apps platform like quizzes. The teacher will prepare the quiz, not using pen and paper, but they use digital, and then they use quizzes as the platform. Or preparing something in Padlet, or designing homework, and so on and so on, all materials in the Google Classroom. Yeah. So there is pre-designed apps and platform. In AI, a little bit different. Generative and adaptive AI. So you have to work together with that, so to generate or to adapt something. Do you want a text for teaching? You can use ChatGPT to create the text. Do you want a test? You can use ChatGPT to create that. Or you can go to Gemini to do that. If you present and you have a website, for example, then you try to do or present that in a classroom, then you want to create a lesson plan, you can go to Brisk AI to do that. So It's not pre-designed, but it's there to help. Yeah. For example, a lot of teachers teaching English using songs. In the past, I will look for the songs and then I create that. I put the quiz in the quizzes using quizzes and so on. Now, there is an AI that's called Suno. So you can create the song together with your students. And the AI will help. The AI will help with the music. The students will create the lyric, for example, and you help, as a teacher, you help the student to create the lyric. Yeah. So that's AI entail. Yeah. Nature of the tools. The teacher role, more like conductor in a tell mode. Yeah, conductor, you design the activities, manage the technology to enhance learning. In AI, it's more on mentor, ethical guide, curate the use of AI, and to ensure that the students do it responsibly. Tidak nyontek, tidak nyuruh AI nulis, tapi nyuruh AI-nya membetulkan tulisannya, misalnya. Ya, so that's the job of the teacher. Tapi untuk dilarang tidak mungkin. Ya, so think about that. Then the learner's role. Active participants, for sure, engage with the ready-made tool. So the tools is there. In AI Intel, then become co-creator with the AI. Critical and creative user personalizes their learning. You create the environment. You work together with the AI. So that's a little bit different on that. Okay, I give you an example. If TEL, Technology Enhanced Language Learning, the topic is ordering food at a restaurant, for example, then you might create quizzes or a game with a restaurant vocabulary in quizzes or in Kahoot or in other platform. Probably you will use Padlet for students to brainstorm. What do you usually say when ordering food? Then you use Padlet. You can use Mentimeter. You can use other. Yeah. Then you play a pre-recorded YouTube video. So you look for YouTube and then you play the dialogue, then you start the class. So that's style. And the technology will enhance the language learning. The role of the technology is a tools, pre-made, then curated by the teacher, and then the teacher prepare something through the technology. The technology support the activity. Yeah. So the technology will not adapt itself. It's a static. Okay. When we use AI, for example, the student open ChatGPT or Gemini and type, pretend you are a waiter. Ask me questions about ordering food. Then the AI will active. Yeah, pretend to be a waiter. Okay. Or the AI shows a menu image. Then the students will respond. And then they will have a dialogue with the AI. So the student can speak directly and the AI will reply. So it's like a role play. So it's very much different here. Here, the technology will not respond or adapt itself, but it's pre-designed, determined by the teacher. Here, the AI will be active. That's why some teachers feel like, ntar dulu, jangan-jangan nanti AI-nya salah, dan seterusnya. Ya. So the role of technology AI interacts, generates, adapts to the learner's input. That's where the teacher is needed. You need to guide them because sometimes the AI is not always correct. Then you have to give the explanation. Okay? So technology become a partner, not just a support tool, but should be guided by the teacher. The teacher should be present there. How if they practice outside the classroom? You have to give awareness that AI is not always perfect in giving the information. It's a large language model, The language probably correct, but probably the content, not quite sure. Very much depends on the context. Yeah. Now, I'll take an example of this. I have a visitor from London. I want you to introduce yourself and then ask 3 questions. I will ask participants from the Zoom. Yang mau bertanya 3 pertanyaan siapa? Raise your hand. Mari kita coba. Bisakah? Ada? Atau
Saya, Pak.
siapa itu? Sorry. Ada yang bisa bantu saya? Yang bilang saya, Pak, tadi siapa ya?
Saya, Pak Eka.
Oh, Bu Eka. Oke, Bu Eka akan bertanya 3 question. Terus satu lagi. Siapa yang mau mencoba saja? Mahasiswa? Dimas. Oke, Dimas nomor 2. Tambah satu lagi deh. Perempuan, ayo. Mahasiswi. Oke, ada mahasiswi siapa? Selain Dimas? Ya sudah, 2 saja ya. Oke, 2, mari kita coba. Mungkin it will work, mungkin tidak. Kita ambil risiko ya. So, I have a visitors from London. Then Dimas and Ibu Eka will ask questions. Prepare your questions. Now, can you hear me?
Yes.
Oke, good. Saya akan membuka mobile saya, HP saya. Dan saya akan menyalakan ChatGPT saya. Oke? Saya akan menyalakan ChatGPT saya. So, I will talk to my ChatGPT.
Hey there, how can I help you out today?
Hi, good morning.
Good morning. Hope you're having a nice start to your day. Let me know what you need, and I'm here to help.
Okay, I'm inside the class right now. I want you to be somebody from London. And 2 of my students, Eka and Dimas, will ask you questions. Can you respond something about London?
Absolutely, I'd be happy to play along. So just let Eka and Dimas know they can ask away, and I'll do my best to give them a little taste of London from here.
Okay, thank you. So start with Eka, yeah? Bu Eka?
Hi, how are you?
Go ahead whenever you're ready. I'm all set to be your Londoner on the spot.
Hi, how are you? Is it audible, Pak?
Hello, that's me, your Londoner here. Feel free to ask anything about London, and I'll happily share what I know.
Okay, during my stay in London, I want to have around 3 famous spots that I can visit. Can you give me hints about the spots that I can visit?
Oh, absolutely. London's got tons of cool spots. You could check out the Tower of London if you're into a bit of history, or take a walk along the South Bank and see the London Eye. And if you're more into markets, Camden Market's always a fun vibe. Let me know if you want more ideas.
What about something that I can buy for the souvenirs for my friends? Can you suggest any souvenirs that I can buy for my friends?
Oh, definitely. So if you're looking for a fun London souvenir, you can't go wrong with something like a little red double-decker bus model, or maybe a mini London phone booth figurine. Those are always super classic. Or you can go for something like tea from a nice London tea shop, if they like that. Just a little piece of London to take back to your friends.
Which one is the most famous one?
Oh, that's a good question. I'd say probably one of the most famous ones is Harrods. It's this huge, iconic department store in London, and it's known all over the world. You can find all sorts of fancy souvenirs there, and just visiting it is kind of an experience on its own. So that's definitely a famous one.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you. Now, my other student, it's called Dimas, and will ask something similar questions. His curiosity about London. Can you do that for me, please?
Absolutely, I'd be happy to. So, Dimas, feel free to jump in with whatever you're curious about. I'm here to be your London guide too, and we can chat about anything you'd like to know about the city.
Hello, can you hear me? Hello, hello. Can you respond?
Hello, can you hear Dimas?
I can hear you loud and clear, and I'm ready for Dimas whenever he wants to ask something.
Okay,
Let's do it.
so what I would like to ask is that while I'm in London, I would like to have some meal. Can you recommend me some British dishes?
Oh, absolutely. I'd love to. So if you're in London and you're looking for some British dishes to try, you've definitely got to go for fish and chips. It's a classic, of course. You might also want to try a Sunday roast if you're there on a Sunday with Yorkshire pudding. Or if you're into something a little bit more savoury, like a steak and ale pie or a Cornish pasty, those are also super British and delicious. So lots to choose from.
Okay, so for next, while I'm in London, I was staying for 2 weeks. Can you recommend me some hotel with a reasonable price?
Yeah, definitely. So if you're looking for a hotel in London that's reasonably priced, I'd say maybe check out some of the areas like around King's Cross or Paddington. They tend to have a mix of budget-friendly hotels, and it's still pretty easy to get around the city. Something like a Premier Inn or a Travelodge can give you a comfortable stay without breaking the bank. So those might be good places to start.
Okay, so and lastly, can you tell me how can I reach to Big Ben? What kind of public transport can I use
Yeah, absolutely. So if you're trying to get around London, the easiest way is definitely using the tube, which is what we call the underground subway system. It's super convenient and it can get you pretty much anywhere in the city. Just grab an Oyster card or use a contactless payment card and you'll be good to go. And of course, there are buses and those iconic black cabs as well. So you've got plenty of options.
All right, thank you.
All right, thank you very much.
You're very welcome. I'm glad I could help out, and I hope you and your students had fun with that. If you need anything else, just let me know.
Help me with my teaching next week, not now. Thank you.
Of course, whenever you need a hand, just let me know. I'm always here to help out. Good luck with everything. We'll chat again when you're ready.
Okay, thank you very much. Yeah, that was example of integrating AI inside the classroom. Now, so I have a chat with that. You have a chat with the AI. The AI help you. And no matter your English, if you use broken English, they will give an answer. Still nice. Will not correct your mistake if you are not asking to correct your grammar. Yeah. So it's a very natural. Now, I would like to show you what happened because question usually will say the free version. The free version is the same. You can talk to your ChatGPT. Other than that, the ChatGPT will will transcribe all of the conversation. Let me show you what happened today. Which one? I think this one. So everything is transcribed so that you can use this for teaching. Yeah, definitely. So I have looking for a hotel in London that's reasonable price and so on and so on. Yeah. So the AI is not just talking, but also taking note for you so that you can use this somehow to explain some of the vocabulary to your class, probably. Ya, idea for ujian skripsi. Nah, ini yang disenengin mahasiswa gitu kan. Nah, sebelum ujian skripsi nanti, itu bisa ngobrol sama ChatGPT. Yeah, you can upload your summary of your scriptsy. Then you can say, okay, can you pretend to be my examiner? I'm doing a last year course and so on using that prompt, and ask me 10 questions and so on and so on. And then you can practice with your ujian skripsi, and should be okay. You know the subject, you know the question, and it's good for exercise. Nah, tantangan bagi dosennya sekarang, dosennya kalau bertanya harus lebih baik dari robot gitu. Yeah, so that's an idea. Probably you can try it. I haven't tried it yet. How academics how academic this AI, but I think it's worth trying. For social, they are good. For academic, I'm not sure, but you might try it. At least you can try your confidence and speaking and so on and so on. Okay, so that's ChatGPT got the voice mode. Gemini belum, yang lain-lain belum. Yeah. Now, the key difference, Intel technology is like a toolbox. So the teacher use it to create tasks, to create text, and so on and so on. Intel technology is like a co-pilot, actively interact. Tadi sudah saya contohkan ya, the AI become my assistant, and you as a student, Bu Eka and Dimas, become a student, and you chit-chat with the AI. If I'm the teacher, then I might discuss, Dimas, you made this, you have to complete this question, you have to be more polite, and so on, and so on, and so on. Yeah, so actively interact and create learning experience together with the student. Dan gitu, jadi nanti kalau menjelaskan situasi bisa untuk role play seperti itu. How about teaching a subject matter? Teaching a subject matter, they can, I tried that in Bahasa Indonesia for my MKU Bahasa Indonesia, that they can help as well. They can explain something, but I have to be there to make it a clarification and so on and so on. So interact and create learning experience together. Yeah, that's the key different battle. Okay, AI and academic practice for student research. I will go a little bit quick on this. You have to pay attention on before writing, while writing, and after writing. Before writing, there is an AI called heuristic.ca. This is a mind map. Yeah, mind map for research exploration. The difference with this is that the mind map, the AI got a facility so that you can create concept mind map, make it into visual with the help of a lot of from, for example, heuristic CA, then we'll say English language teaching using technology. If you put that in the middle, then you want to know what, you want to know how, you want to know why, you want to do exploration, then the AI will help. Okay, so explore. I will not show it here, but it's time for you to do the exploration for brainstorming. Now, if you are looking for a paper, relevant papers for your scriptsy later, you can explore using researchrabbit.com. In the past, you have to do a Googling by yourself. Research Rabbit will help you organize your note, organize your papers. Yeah, and then create a map with that, create with a similar authors that try to help you looking as many as possible for your area. So you have to got the time of exploration, then the AI will give a recommendation, then they will keep the papers in their site and the folders, and then they manage the collection. Yeah, time is money, so that they will help you with this. Kalau dilakukan manual biasanya lama banget. Itu aja. Now, typeset.io. That's a platform designed to assist the research in managing academic writing, to give the literature review, to find a concept, to find who is the prominent people in this, and you organize that in typeset.io. If this is new to you, then you can go for it and try it. Anak zaman sekarang harusnya bisa. Another one, it's called Open Read Academy. Open Read Academy, it's helping you reading the journal. You upload the journal, then they will help you with making a summary of the journal, then spotlight the abstract, spotlight the methodology and the result of the journal. So help you browse very quickly about the journal, whether you're going to read it deeply or not. Kadang-kadang kan kalau harus baca scanning, skimming, buang waktu banyak, then with Open Read Academy, that will help you there and will help you when you have to take notes on the journal. Yeah, I'll recommend that for you before you start writing your skripsi. Okay, so AI is an assistant, not an author. Jangan pernah dia disuruh nulis. Kalau disuruh nulis, ya tidak baguslah. Karena it's a robot. So, to be an assistant. So, its strongest routine, time-consuming tasks, searching, summarizing, coding, proofreading, data cleaning, data collection, and so on, can be helped by AI. But you have to remain to be the researchers, you remain to be the person who got the idea, the essential for conceptual depth, ethic, and how to interpret the data. It's human, not AI. AI only help with data cleaning and data collection and things like that, not interpreting. Jadi mau pakai prompt secanggih apapun, biasanya kurang pas. Mau pakai prompt seperti apapun, kalau dia suruh nulis, biasanya kurang pas. So, you have to write your own paragraph and you can give it to AI and then said, okay, can you check my grammar? Can you check my tone, whether I'm using proper academic English or spoken English, for example. Yeah, then the AI will help you giving the feedback on that. Ya, jadi adik-adik jangan pernah nulis skripsi nanti yang suruh nulis satu paragraf AI, jangan. Pasti jelek. Okay, thank you very much. This is my email, kumawang.jati@unpar.ac.id, and I'm going to share this material as well with Ibu Eka later to be distributed to you. Yeah, and this is the references later that you can have a look. Probably it's going to be useful. Thank you very much. That's the end of my story, actually. I give it back to Mbak Intan. Mbak Intan, thank you. Mbak Intan, you are muted. Masih muted, Mbak Intan, nggak kedengeran. Itu, ya, thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Jati, for such an insightful presentation. Now let us continue to the questions and answers session. For those on site, you may raise your hand directly. For those online, please use the raise hand feature or type your questions in the chat box. Bapak Fendi, bisa ini unmute?
Yes. Can you hear my voice?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Thanks for the chance, moderator, and thanks for a great presentation from Mr. Gumawang Jati. I have a question related to research and AI. If we conduct research in writing and we ask AI to be second rater to have internet reliability. Is it possible for us to do it in a research, sir? Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Pak Fendi. Very good questions. Yeah, some people think that AI can be a co-writer and so on and so on. To check grammar, yes. To fix the paragraph, could be. But AI, they don't have ideas. They don't have original ideas. So if you want to work a lot with AI, boleh. Tapi jangan mengharapkan AI-nya terus punya ide celing gitu. Ya, you have to ask questions and then they will answer that. But they will not take initiative. Yeah, we have to put that into consideration. That's become a partner, Pak Fendi. But our partner is a machine, cannot think. The AI even they don't understand what they produce. Jadi jangan dipikir kalau tadi ngobrol terus dia menjawab itu dia bisa memahami jawaban dia, enggak juga. Ya, so careful with that because it's only large language model and they work with algorithm. So if something research, you have to be really careful on that. Yeah, to fix sentences, to fix paragraph probably yes, but not to fix the ideas. Yeah. Hopefully that help you your question, Pak Fendi. Thank you.
Thank you.
Kita juga ada pertanyaan Pak Jati dari chat box ini. Dari Miss Yuni Ma'rifatunisa, how to design technology-supported materials that are inclusive for students? If possible, maybe you can share your existing design with us. Pertanyaan kedua itu, how to select reliable research-based applications for language learning? Your suggestion will be very helpful.
Okay, thank you very much. That's from Ibu Yuni. How to design technology-supported materials that are inclusive student? Try different. Maybe you're familiar with me. Let me try if I still have that. Just 1 second. David.me. I'll put it in the chat. Hopefully that will help. 1 second. Yeah, that's David.me. That's to answer number 1. Number 2, how to select reliable research-based application for language learning. If you ask me how, agak sulit ya. Lama. Kita taktik-tuk. Kalau how, saya tidak bisa menjawab di forum ini kayaknya. But don't worry, send me email. Then I will respond. Ya, nanti kalau begini, ya, karena pertanyaannya how. Your situation would be very full. Yes, write me email. I'll type my email in chat box and I will reply to that. Go on to that unpar.ac.id. Okay, on that. Then other questions dari Asih. If we upload a draft on ChatGPT, will be used as a model? Yes. Kalau kita ngobrol dengan ChatGPT, apakah akan dipakai sebagai model? Yes, tapi tidak terus dipakai gitu aja, enggak. They will mesh that, mix with others, and so on, tergantung algoritmanya. Ya, jangan dipikir kalau saya yang upload terus akan menjadi punya saya saja dan segala macam. No, akan di-mesh dengan model-model yang lain and thousands of models, maybe millions of models in second because they use globally. Gitu ya. So if you are using a ChatGPT, for example, I use my ChatGPT for research, I will use my formal account supaya dia tidak bingung. If I want to ask something else, cara miara kucing yang bagus, makanannya apa, dan segala macam, I will use different account. Karena ChatGPT saya kalau saya ngobrol sama dia, makin lama dia makin pinter untuk ngerti saya. Academically. Gitu ya. Jadi adik-adik mahasiswa jangan ngacak kalau ngobrol sama ChatGPT. Bikin folder, think about it. Dia akan memahamin saya. Jadi kalau saya researchnya selalu teknologi, they will become smarter. Actually, it's not smarter, but they know me very well. Okay? And that I will work faster on that. Gitu. Jadi punya 2 akun nggak apa-apa. Satu untuk sampah-sampah untuk nyoba-nyoba, satu akun dedicated for your study. Ya. Another question here from Rizka. Is it possible if I use AI for making essays? Bisa, tapi esainya caranya begini. Jangan bilang prompting seperti yang di iklan-iklankan itu loh. Saya bisa menulis buku dalam 3 hari. Bisa sih. Bukunya bisa, but maybe it's not a good book. Gitu ya. Jadi jangan gitu. Jadi nulis essay ya kalian nulis dulu essay seperti yang diajarin Bu Eka gitu kan. Introduction-nya dibuat dulu, body-nya dibuat dulu, conclusion-nya dibuat dulu. Then you give it to ChatGPT. Have a look at my grammar. Is it okay? Lalu ChatGPT akan jawab. You have some mistake here and there dan seterusnya gitu. So use it as your partner, assistant in writing your essay. Jangan dia disuruh nulis. Kalau dia disuruh nulis the entire essay, satu, kalian nggak belajar. 2, hasilnya jelek. Ngapain kuliah bayar mahal-mahal, kalau lulus kuliah masih bodoh. Gitu aja deh. Ya, itu untuk mahasiswa. Jadi kalau pengen bodoh, ya sudah. Begitulah cara menggunakan ChatGPT. Gitu. Tapi menggunakan cara ChatGPT supaya kita kreatif, sangat bisa. If you can treat that as your partner. Ditanya terus ya, check my grammar, check the tone, is it using academic tone, do you have any suggestion, terus kita tulis ulang dan seterusnya. That will be a very good essay with the help of AI. Ya, makanya kalau ada orang bilang AI tidak membuat anak-anak berpikir kritis, tergantung makainya. Itu. Can we find research gap using AI? Yes. Ada namanya research gap finder. Ya. Tapi balik lagi, that's an AI. Dia nggak bisa mikir, so we have to decide. Ya, akan dibantu sih. Narrow down the gaps, yes, but not always correct on that. When I asked GPT to do something several times with the same prompt, why were the result different? Very good questions, Ibu Nila. Generative AI tugasnya adalah membuat konten baru. Oke? Membuat konten baru. Makanya saya bilang kalau itu untuk konsep, untuk dan segala macam, untuk knowledge mungkin dia salah. Dia jadikan dia partner, bukan search engine. Ya, jadi prompt-nya pasti beda karena create new content. Ya, create sesuatu, create yang baru itu tugas utama dia. So that's why they call it generative AI. They generate things. So if you ask the same prompt, they will give different answer. That's very good for teaching, so that you can compare, you can discuss, you can do a critical thinking and creative thinking with your student. Pertanyaannya, dosennya siap atau tidak? Gitu. Kalau siap, saya pikir that will be a very good thing. I tried once, and it works very well, because the same prompt, different computers, different mobile phone, they give a different answers. So one topic got 10 answers, for example, then we discuss it. That's become a very good discussion. Thank you very much, Ibu Nila. Ada pertanyaan yang lain, silakan. Okay, plagiarism. Thank you. That's from Ibu Bukitari. So what policy, supervisory strategy? Okay. Plagiat itu dengan AI maupun tidak dengan AI ya akan terjadi sih. Karena ya begitulah. Ya. Tidak mau berpikir dan seterusnya, mahasiswa ingin shortcut dan seterusnya dan seterusnya. The problem right now is there is a lot of tools tools and technology biasanya tujuannya komersial. Nah, sekarang pertanyaannya, bagaimana supaya policy seperti apa, strategi seperti apa supaya anak-anak tidak plagiarism? Very difficult questions. Kalau saya ngasih saran, ngobrol aja di kelas. Ya, kalau plagiat itu begini-begini, lalu sebaiknya tidak pakai plagiat, tapi jadikan partner untuk AI-nya dan seterusnya. Karena kalau kita pakai alat lagi, menjadi kompetitif. Anaknya pakai begini, kita lalu pakai alat yang ini, bayar pula, dan seterusnya. Eh, tidak edukatif menurut saya. Ya, lebih baik kita sebagai lecturer memberikan arahan. Ya, tidak ada satu cara yang ya terus terdeteksi gitu, enggak. Tapi it's more on talking to your student and discuss about plagiarism over and over and over again. Saya pikir itu sih. Ya. Can ChatGPT record our conversation? Yes, but written, not record using audio. If you're going to record using audio, it's not ChatGPT. Begitu untuk Ibu atau Hesti. Ibu atau ya atau mahasiswi Hesti yang bertanya. Other questions? Ya Ibu Ketari, ya agreed. Ya that's our job right now. And it's not say I know. Ya.
Mungkin di ruangan ini ada yang bertanya.
What if we give feedback using AI? Yes, you can use AI to give feedback. Try brief teaching. That there is a, I will put it. That's a Chrome extension. Ada fasilitas untuk bikin, untuk memberikan feedback, untuk membuat quiz, untuk membuat lesson plan, untuk membuat banyak hal. That's not ChatGPT. Don't use ChatGPT because ChatGPT is generative AI. They will generate something new. Itu ya, jadi mungkin jangan itu, tapi brief teaching, I'll put it in the chat box. You can explore on your own. That's yeah. Or you can ask Ibu Eka later. She is the expert in that and she has tried on that. Mbak Bilkis as well. Tersenyum-senyum pasti sudah nyoba. Oke. From ruangan ada yang mau bertanya?
Saya pengen tanya nih, Bapak Jati.
Boleh.
Kalau seperti kayak micro teaching gitu, itu lebih baik kalau praktisnya itu pakai AI atau kita ngobrol sendiri gitu?
Oke, good. Kalau saya sih enaknya pakai anu ya, pakai apa? Pakai ChatGPT yang voice aja. Bisa bisa banget. Lalu bilang begini, I will do a practice teaching. I'm a student, kenalkan dirinya dulu pada ChatGPT-nya. I'm a student, I'm going to do a practice teaching. I will do the monologue. Then you can give me input at the end. Dia akan ngasih input. Ya, so you can do both. For ideas pasti sudah punya, and then to make it better, dia bisa ngasih input, ngasih suggestion. Gitu. Suggestionnya tidak selalu benar sih, tapi you will get something, and then baru kepikiran gitu. Cobain.
Thank you,
Thank you.
sir.
Thank you, thank you.
Ada di chat box ini.
Is it true that even 100% handwriting work can be detected as AI written work? I never happened to me personally, but I've seen it online. Anissa, handwriting can be detected as AI written work? Yes, bisa. Kan bisa saya salin tulisannya ChatGPT terus tak salin pakai handwriting kan bisa kan? Ya, jadi for a video, TikTok that they talk about AI, hati-hati. Banyak yang tidak utuh gitu ya. nanti terus menjadi viral dan seterusnya. It's not for education. So, saran saya kalau ada WA, ada TikTok ngomongin AI, jangan langsung dipercaya. Ya, you have to go to references and have a look at that. Kadang-kadang mereka cari sensasi, mereka cari duit saja sih. Is it possible for us to indicate a text that will generated by AI without using AI? Bisa. If you use a lot of AI, then you will know that that's an AI word. Karena saya pakai sudah berapa tahun ya? Sudah dari 2020. Then now I can recognize my students' work. Kalau disubmit, terus ketahuan, oh ini pakai AI. Kalau sudah bilang pakai AI, terus aku lihat vocabnya. Oh, vocabnya ini pakai AI, gayanya pakai AI. Misalnya, if you're using ChatGPT, pasti condense, ada introduction, ada message-nya di tengah, ada conclusion. If you use Gemini, pasti ada resources mentioning news or something.com. Nah, kayaknya ini pakai Gemini gitu. Kalau panjang lebar, banyak contohnya, bahasa Inggrisnya bagus banget, kayaknya ini pakai DeepSeek gitu ya. Jadi polanya ada, gitu kan? ChatGPT is American, they use condense and so on. Gemini, that's a search engine, they will get a lot of references. Ya, kalau gitu kita perlu curiga, kita baca, anaknya diajak ngobrol. Kalau ngobrolnya panjang lebar, nggak jelas gitu, kayaknya pakai DeepSeek ini. Then, do you know the content? Dan seterusnya, dan seterusnya. Bisa banget. Oke, become a partner. Ya, thank you, Pak Endra.
Udah dijawab.
Other questions? Grading student, assessing student, yes, using a rubric. Create a rubric, try to use bridge teaching. Bridge teaching ada. Dicoba, ada rubriknya, lalu nanti akan dibantu dan seterusnya. Explore. Ada 30 tools di Bridge, saya belum pakai semua, tapi di situ ada giving feedback, ada yang berbayar tapi kebanyakan free. Ya, ada bikin rubrik, ada rubriknya dan seterusnya. So, try that. Ibu Sini. Other questions?
Can I ask?
Oh ya.
Banyak case itu kalau kita misalnya sudah handwriting, benar-benar handwriting sendiri, itu tuh ketika kita memang ini kayak cek AI-nya itu 100% AI. Gimana cara ngurangin itu, Pak?
Begini, kalau saya jawabnya nggak akan gitu sih. Kita nulis handwriting, detected as a AI gitu kan. Ya sangat mungkin. Tulisan yang sangat bagus, ide sendiri dideteksi pakai alat, kemungkinan itu dianggap sebagai punya AI. Berarti yang salah bukan kita yang nulis, tapi yang salah alatnya yang untuk ngetes. That's my idea. Aku tulis, kenapa aku harus ngalah sama AI? Terus tulisanku tak rubah, padahal tulisanku adalah asli punyaku. Then you can argue with your lecture. I know this damn well. I explain to you. Dan seterusnya. Argue. Nggak apa-apa. Tapi jangan pernah bilang, this is my original writing. Terdeteksi AI 90% gitu kan. Padahal aku nggak, sama sekali ini yang aku loh. Gitu kan. Terus AI sama dosennya, ya enggak apa-apa. Kalau AI-nya bahasa Inggris dan you proving that you are good, nggak apa-apa. Jangan sampai kita dijajah sama alat yang pendeteksi gitu. Pendeteksinya belum tentu benar. That's a prediction. Ya, detektornya itu bukan kesalahan kita kadang-kadang mendewakan deteksi sih. Deteksinya pasti benar, belum tentu. Yang deteksi AI juga. They make prediction. Terus ya, in education world we sit down and discuss. Itu sih. Makanya tadi saya bilang etik it's very important. I'm honest with you, Ma'am Eka. bla 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 bla, terus Mam Eka will respond and so on and so on.
Not
Itulah
me,
yang
Pak. It doesn't happen to me.
ya, itu contoh aja Bu. Gitu ya. Dialog dengan dosen perlu banget, dialog dengan teman perlu banget, tapi jangan pernah percaya 100% pada AI detectors bahwa itu AI atau bukan. Bisa salah soalnya. Begitu. Jadi kalau saya pakai alat AI berarti ini supaya ini berkurang, seolah-olah aku malingnya gitu loh. Ya kan? Aku nulis pakai AI terus aku minta tolong AI supaya dikurangin gitu. Saya itu mau belajar atau mau main-main sama AI sih? Balik lagi. Ya, semoga tidak menjawab pertanyaan. Ya, Intan.
Thank you, sir.
Should we declare the use of AI and thesis or dissertation? It's very much depends on your university. Diskusikan dengan pembimbing. AI-nya untuk apa dan segala macam. Tapi AI pasti dipakai. Dipakai untuk apa itu pertanyaannya. For brainstorming partner that's okay, but do not ask them to write the entire paragraph. Ya.
There is another question, sir, in the chat box.
In the chat box, you have mentioned twice that prompt and your conversation with AI will be recorded as a reference. So we need to be more critical in our question. Yes, and we have to be able to evaluate whatever produced by AI. Jadi pakai ChatGPT, jawaban ChatGPT harus diplototin. If you are using Brisk, nanti ada rubrik, ada silabus, ada apa. Do not trust that as is. Harus kita kritisin. Kemampuan yang harus dimiliki lulusan sekarang tidak hanya menggunakan, tapi menganalisa apa yang dibuat oleh AI. Prediksi saya, mungkin saya salah, akan banyak publisher nanti yang bergeser. Karena you can create your own material dengan AI, ya. Tapi hasil dari yang dihasilkan oleh AI tadi, you should be able to analyze that whether that's good for your class or not. Itu penting banget. What example words or sentence can be used directly to the preference of AI to get the answers, like where they should. Pertanyaannya aku agak nggak jelas, panjang banget ya. If we accidentally use AI in a non-academic conversation, it will drastically change the preference. Oh, oke. Kalau kita ngobrol sama ChatGPT, I'm talking to just generative AI for this, Muhammad Agung. The AI will learn about us. Yeah. So if you're going to chit chat socially, I advise that you use that for social. Terus create another account for academic. For example, you're talking about your lesson, you're talking about grammar, you're talking about other things academically using another account. Itu kayaknya jawabannya ke sana. Ya. Another question from Pak Indra. Can we debate Trinity? Bisa aja lah. It's about integrity and it's about ethics. Turnitin digunakan untuk mempermudah publisher dan seterusnya dan seterusnya. Apakah turnitin selalu benar? Saya pikir tidak 100% benar. Gitu ya. Itu alat untuk mengecek sih. Tapi in the process of learning, then you need to talk to supervisor. Turnitin digunakan oleh publisher untuk jurnal, itu banyak. Karena jurnal yang masuk dan seterusnya kita tidak kenal penulisnya dan seterusnya itu menjadi salah satu pertimbangan. Ya kan terlitin bukan mutlak, tapi itu salah satu pertimbangan bahwa akan dipublish atau tidak dan seterusnya. Ya, begitu Pak Indra sepertinya from SMPN 1 Bondowoso. Ya, ada questions?
Di ruangan ini mungkin ada yang mau bertanya. Agung mau clarify?
Ya, aku nggak tahu pertanyaannya panjang banget. Pak Tua jangan ditanya yang panjang-panjang,
Coba
bingung.
Agung maju, coba sini.
Sudah so tua. Ya.
Dari Zoom kamu aja nyalain, maksudnya gimana? Bisa?
Yes. Can you hear me, sir?
Yes, loud and clear.
So yeah, about my question is actually a bit basic, but maybe some of we can implement right now. What kind of words in terms of for the prompt we can use, or maybe the sentence we can use, so that the recorded preference from the AI will record us as the more academic.
Okay. Okay, thank you. I will do a demo very quick, hopefully that will clarify Agung. Karena gini, banyak prompt yang digunakannya seolah-olah kalau promptnya benar terus jawabannya benar gitu loh. Tapi sama AI nggak gitu sebetulnya. Let me go to my ChatGPT. Okay, and then I'll start new chat. Okay. The key is you have to know your role first. Umpamanya, I am an English teacher or an English student, undergraduate. Okay, that's you. Then you will continue the context. I am in the last semester, and I want to start thinking, writing or planning my final, for example, tugas. Okay, I am interested in, sorry. I'm interested in, for example, technology. Okay, so who you are is clear here. Your context is clear. Kenapa konteks? Karena AI tidak mengenal konteks, ya. Jadi kalau mau tanya, jelas dulu role kita apa, atau dia harus berperan sebagai role apa, konteksnya apa, baru nanya gitu. Oh, nyuruh, giving the task like give me ideas as, okay, give me ideas gitu aja. Itu basicnya. Basic prompt to start with, that's the key. Okay. Then dia akan great, since you are in the last semester and want to focus on technology for your final tugas akhir, you have many interesting topics. Terus dia akan ngasih topik. I'll give you several directions depending on whether you done seterusnya. Nah, terus dia ngasih topik. After they give you topics, ya kita harus kejar lagi dengan prompt yang lain. Itu kan. For example, if you're interested in this, di highlight saja. Terus ask ChatGPT, elaborate this. Then you will get the elaboration of this, why it's relevant, gitu kan? Why it's relevant. Possible research focus dikasih. Terus ada ethical use dikasih. Research method you could use dikasih. Dan seterusnya, dan seterusnya. Terus kita mau yang mana? Mulai dari awal, dan seterusnya, dan seterusnya. So, I don't believe in prompt. Yang satu prompt terus bukunya selesai menulis. Enggak. But you have to explain who you are, what's the context, and then give the task to the AI or ask question to the AI, then you do follow up. Jadi saya tidak setuju sebetulnya kalau menggunakannya benar bahwa AI terus membunuh kreativitas dan critical thinking. Membunuh dan segala macam kalau dia disuruh nulis buat kita, tidak brainstorming, and treat it as a partner. Hopefully that will help you, Mas Agung. Thank you.
Did this answer your question, Agung?
Yes, sir. Thank you for your question. Thank you for your answer.
Thank you, Bapak Jati, for the wonderful presentation. But before we wrap up this session, we would like to express our gratitude through token of appreciation. Give applause.
Okay, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much for your time. Thank you for your knowledge. And thank you for the materials you have shared with us today. We truly appreciate your dedications, your effort, and your willingness with us today. Before we continue the second sessions, let me return to Ma'am Bilkis as the Master of Ceremony will guide us in this seminar.
All right, thank you very much, Intan. And that was a very, as usual, superb and amazing presentation, Pak Jati. As always, I learned a lot from you. There are many features and many of those AIs that I haven't used before. Thank you for, thank you for enlightening us with this wonderful information that we can use in class and for students as well. Okay, now we are moving on to the second session, which is the presentation from Bu Francisca Maria Yvonne. And this session is going to be led by Ms. Areta Puspa. Correct. Okay, you perhaps you need to move the microphone closer. All right.
Thank you. Thank you, Bu Bilkis.
Anytime.
My voice is audible?
Ladies
and gentlemen?
Can you make it closer?
All right.
The voice is not clear.
Is it good? Hello? Check.
Yes. Thank you.
Well, okay, ladies and gentlemen, good morning, distinguished esteemed speakers, colleagues, and dear participants. It's my great pleasure to warmly welcome you to these sessions with the second speaker, Ibu Francisca Maria Yvonne. Hello, Ibu Yvonne.
Good morning, Bu Areta.
Good morning. How are you,
Good morning,
Ibu?
everyone. Not bad.
Oh,
Good morning, ma'am.
nice to see you in this virtual.
Nice to see you too.
Okay, okay. My name is Areta Puspa, and I will be serving as your moderator for this second sessions. We have a truly exciting lineup of presentations for you this morning, featuring groundbreaking researching from leading experts in the field. So our aim is to foster a dynamic and engaging discussions. Before we begin, allow me to briefly outline the structure of these sessions. The speakers will have an hour for the presentations and followed by Q&A sessions. And the participants can also drop your questions into the chat box or raise your hand. We are delighted to have with us Ibu Francisca Maria Yvonne, MA PhD from Universitas Negeri Malang and ITEL Associations. Ibu Yvonne research focuses on ELT, computer-assisted language learning, technology-enhanced language learning, teaching listening and reading, and also extensive reading. Ibu Yvonne earned her bachelor from IKIP Negeri Malang. For master and doctoral degree, he earned from University of Queensland, Australia. So without further ado, please welcome to Ibu Francisca Maria Yvonne. Ibu Ivan, the screen is yours.
Thank you very much, Bu Areta. Good morning, everyone. I'm delightful to be here today. So thank you to Bu Eka for inviting me, and thank you to Universitas Negeri Jember as well for inviting me to share my ideas. All right, so I'm going to share my screen. Right, I may have to switch screen a little bit later. But for now, let's start with this. All right. So today, I'm actually going to talk about something pretty similar to what Bajati has presented. So I'm going to sort of introduce the idea of the different use of AI, the different roles of AI. And I'm going to take a look at 3 of them for today. So that's why I title my presentation, AI as Tool, Tutor, and Partner in Language Learning and Research. And I'm Francisca Mara Yvonne, and if you want to contact me, that's my email address. I'm from Universitas Negeri Malang. All right, let's start. So how would you imagine a day in the life of a lecturer with AI? So I'm going to talk to Bu Areta now. How's your day when it comes to your day with AI?
Sometimes I'm happy and sometimes it makes me stressful.
Okay, right.
It depends on the situations, I think.
Okay, it depends on the day and how you basically use AI, probably.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to share a little bit of what we usually do when it comes to AI. So usually morning, you would draft emails, you don't want to write your own email, so you ask for AI to help out refining your email, right? Who has done this before? Many people. In the afternoon, because I teach, so I ask AI to generate questions, quizzes, visuals for my presentation or for my teaching. So does it look familiar? Pretty familiar? All right. In the afternoon, marking essays. So we, go to ChatGPT, put our students' work in, and then try to get, some sort of support from AI when it comes to marking essays, because it is very time consuming, right? Or sometimes, because we are also researchers, we also use AI in slightly different ways. So AI assists us in doing literature review or data analysis, although it's not going to be like straightforward, but sometimes we need help, that kind of help. When I'm talking about AI, I'm not only talking about generative AI. Yeah. So later we are going to take a look at what it actually means by AI. In the evening, now we still have to deal with AI. You still have I need to develop myself. So you do your own professional development. You go to AI to ask for different ideas for you, so that you can improve your teaching and research. But sometimes you also use AI. Whoa, I'm going too fast. Yes, I'm going too fast. And the last one, yeah. So I need to, again, focus on my research. So I ask AI to sort of give me a structure for my research idea, and so on and so forth. Does it look familiar to most of us? Lecturers, probably, yeah. For students, well, the activities may differ slightly. Yeah. But AI has come into our lives and sort of invaded in such a way that we need to have a kind of systematic way of embracing this particular technology. All right, now I'm going to ask you to share what you have in mind. So when you hear AI and academia, what comes to your mind? Is AI your helper, disruptor, a challenger, collaborator, or any of those things? So pick some words, and I'm going to ask you to okay, let's not go to pull everywhere. Let's just use the chat box. Yeah, to make it faster. So type your word, what comes into your mind when it comes to AI in academia. AI is my coach, for example. AI is just a tool. It's my enemy because it's making my life miserable or something like that. Okay, share what you have in mind. It's your helper. Good. Right? Guide. You're very positive. So far, I only get positive answers from you. A shortcut. Okay. Very honest. Yes, we do need support, and AI sometimes provides us with shortcut. A partner, a friend, a threat. Anyone? No. So all of you love AI. Oh, a threat. Yes, someone. Anissa Kurnia Asri. A threat. Yeah. So, but anyway, most of you have a very positive view of AI. Yeah, in your life. So I'm going to. So sorry. I'm going to need to go back. I'm going to skip that. So are you familiar with the Turing test? When talking about AI, usually we talk about this as well, the Turing test. What kind of test is this? We have 3 agents involved. One is a judge, one human, one machine. Where do you think we're going with the test? Okay, so the Turing test is actually a test check whether a machine can imitate human conversation so well that a person cannot tell it apart from a human. And this is actually part of what we are having problem with. You're trying to prove that this is human, this is not human, this is human, this is machine, and so on and so forth. But so this is just a cartoon joke, yeah. So, but I want you to read the sentence that I've written down there. The good news, John, is that the computers passed the Turing test, but the bad news is that you haven't. So this is quite similar to some of the questions raised to Pak Jati earlier, right? You're trying to prove that you are not a machine these days, and we are human, and we need to constantly battle with this. Yeah. Now, just for fun, if you ask ChatGPT or any chatbot, will you pass the Turing test? What would you say? What will your answer be if you were ChatGPT or if you were a chatbot like Gemini and others? Anyone? I want you to answer that question in the chat box again. Will you pass the Turing test? A test that proves that you are not a machine, basically. So we see this everywhere when you have to, like do some sort of tasks with CAPTCHA, like dragging things and matching things. That's one of the Turing tests, trying to prove that you're human and not a robot. Yes, Alan Turing. Will you pass the Turing test? ChatGPT? Bilqis, you want to answer that question? If you were ChatGPT, how would you answer this? Will you pass the Turing test?
Maybe no.
Maybe. Okay, you're not very confident. Maybe yes, maybe no. Okay, Bu Areta, maybe yes, maybe no. All right. So yeah, with some people probably and sometime, but not all the time. So when would ChatGPT pass a Turing test? On a simple conversation, nothing to do with emotion, nothing to do with long explanation that would ask you to prove your standpoint, for example. Yeah. So something simple like that. And sometimes, not all the time. All right. So I started with this because I want to make a point. Yeah. So Alan Turing actually made our life quite difficult, yeah, by starting to come up with an idea long time ago, long time before we were born, actually. So he came up with the idea that you can actually build a machine that is good enough to beat human being. Yeah. Okay. So the earliest model of AI in language education, because all of us are here in the capacity of language learners and language teachers as well as researchers. So I'm going to focus my presentation today on language education. So the earliest model is actually inspired by Alan Turing. And at that time, the product was the rule-based system and focus only on models of grammar and vocabulary. We are going to take a look at some examples later on. The next one is actually natural language processing, and it started in around 1980s. And when it comes to that, we have like early call programs and integrating only simple features of AI, not sophisticated. Yeah. But we started to think about analyzing human language and using it to build something sophisticated. And in 1990s, chatbots emerged, not like ChatGPT, though a very simple one at that time. So researchers came up with projects like Eliza and later chatbots for tutoring, but simulated conversation. Perhaps if you're familiar with, what is it? Andy. Are you familiar with Andy? It's like a conversation program. Everything is actually simulated. Yeah, very, very basic. And it provided learners with text-based practice and often limited and scripted. 2000, we start to have very strong internet, and we try to integrate a lot of things into e-learning. So we have machine translators like Google Translate, but not as sophisticated as today. Yeah, it was embedded. AI was embedded into different online learning platforms as well, in the form of adaptive quiz and then feedback. And 2010, deep learning and neural models came, and we become more obsessed with developing things that quite similar to human. Yeah. So some of the examples were Duolingo, Grammarly, and other adaptive vocabulary trainers. All right, I need to move my... And right, 2020s, now generative AI in education. And this is the era of GPT models, not ChatGPT, but GPT models. It's more personalized, more automated, and multimodal as well. So understanding this will help us to know how strong and how powerful AI today is. Yeah, so I'm going to now take a look at two studies, review. This is actually review articles, publication on AI in language education. So I'm going to quote two of them today. One is by Huang et al., published in 2023, and it focuses on research, issues and application of artificial intelligence in language education. These researchers, they look into so many publications from the 2000 to 2019. I'm going to show you the trend later on. And then from 2019 to 2023, I'm going to take a look at Al Hussein systematic review, just to show us where to go. Yeah. So the numbers are quite varied. Now, when it comes to Huang et al.'s study, there are some key topics that appeared in research within the AI context. Automation, and then intelligent tutoring system, web-based system, assessment system, personalized system, computer mediation, vocabulary, and also affective. Yeah, so it's dealing with emotion, motivation, and things like that. Now, closer to the present time, Al Hussein came up with this systematic review, which actually talk about similar things. But in his review, computer models like chatbots, voice-enabled apps, and humanoid appeared. So the robots come into the bigger picture, although researchers and practitioners still talk about intelligent tutoring system as well as those automatic and personalized system. And these are the main focus in both review. So most researchers focus on writing, pronunciation and speech, vocabulary, and affective as well as cognitive development. Yeah, so keep that in mind because we are going to sort of review everything. Yeah, so when it comes to types of AI, instead of just talking about generative AI such as ChatGPT and Gemini, there are actually a lot of things there that can help us. Yeah, so generative AI can understand, process, and produce human language and content. Very good. But virtual language tutor AI can communicate with language learners using human or teacher characters. Pak Jati introduced us to us earlier. Personalized automated AI, it can adapt language learning to suit learners' level and needs. This is the one that probably quite different from what is being discussed earlier today. And assessment as well as affective AI that focus on evaluation and assessment and detection or prediction. Yeah, and all of this can happen because there are at least 3 different types of AI now that we have. The first one is AI tools or apps, generative AI, and humanoids or social robots. Now, going back to you, because I don't want to talk to myself, actually. I'm talking to my screen now. Yeah, so take a look at the picture. Which language learning or research tasks do you automate? Because when it comes to technology and today's technology, we are talking about automation. We're talking about personalization. Yeah, we are talking about a system. So automate here means to delegate tasks to technology so that it is carried out with minimal human effort, often faster, more consistent, and sometimes at scale. So which ones of your job, actually, students and also lecturers, that you delegate to AI, make it automated? Anyone want to share? Creating test questions, yes. That's pretty repetitive, yeah? So you can sort of assign that to AI. Anything else? Making rubric, yes, of course. Data collection and analysis. Okay. Right, how do you collect data with AI? Okay. Checking tones of written language, yes. Activities, ideas for lesson plans, very good. Checking accuracy of my written work, yes. So you use a writing editor. Yeah, anyone want to contribute some more? In learning, come on, in learning, what do you automate? And in research as well. So in language teaching and learning, I put it there. Usually we give repetitive tasks or more mechanical tasks to AI. Yeah, so checking grammar, generating flashcards or lesson plans or quiz or, yeah. Okay, creating tasks, right. So you've been doing it well. Why am I supposed to be here? No, just kidding. Okay, in research. Now, to process, to organize, to analyze information, probably not to collect data. Yeah, probably not. Analyzing, yes, at a very basic level, probably. It's helpful for us to like summarize articles and then formatting references, yeah, and analyze data at a very basic level. Now, So we've been talking about a lot of things. Now I want you to take a look at these dimensions of AI in language education, because actually when we're talking about AI, we cannot only see it from one dimension. There are different dimensions that we have learned from research, especially the two review articles that I've shared with you earlier and also my previous studies. So when it comes to these dimensions, we have roles, we have the impact of AI, the types of AI, its function, and also language focus, because again, the context is in language education. The roles that we get from previous study mostly talk about AI as tool and tutor. Okay, so this one, and its functions are for automatization, personalization, and also diagnostic support most of the time. The focus, writing, reading, speaking, and vocabulary. These are the most developed ones. So reading, listening and grammar, it's not so much the interest of researchers today. So if you want to do research, you may want to do research on that particular area because there are not many working on that. Okay, so in terms of impact, when it comes to impact, there are at least 4 things that previous studies mentioned. So impact on proficiency, language proficiency in this case, cognition, the development of general cognition, motivation, and also learner's perception. And in terms of types, now we have AI tools and apps, Gen AI, and also humanoid. Yeah, humanoid is not something that we talk much, not yet, because it's still in its early stage. Whoops, someone actually did that to my screen. Okay, so to be able to understand and connect ourselves to all of those dimensions of AI, we need to start with this actually. So earlier, Pak Jati shared with us what AI can do, right? But it's not only that. We need to know what it cannot do to be able to understand it fully. So what can it do and what can it do? Basically, we need to know the affordances, technological affordances of AI to be able to master it. So are you familiar with this? Is this an AI tool? Is it possible for me to erase this? Whoops, someone help me out. Yes. Is this an AI tool? Do you think? This is Hemingway app? Actually, this is not an AI tool. This is the early version of AI. So this is a rule-based editor. Yeah, the parameter is very close, very specific. So it will not generate anything, but it will sort of analyze based on a fixed sets of rules. Yeah. Okay. Now, I'm going to show you 4 examples, if not 5. I forgot. So this is another one. Is this AI? Just read it at glance. So this is criterion developed by ETS. Yes. Is this AI? AI tool? So don't think about ChatGPT, okay? Don't talk about, we are not just talking about generative AI. Is this AI? Yes. This is an AI-powered system, okay? And it falls into the category of automated writing evaluation, actually, focusing on analyzing your writing and then giving you adaptive feedback based on your writing. And this is powered by AI. Not generative, it will not talk to you, but it will, help you out. Okay, what about this one? Have you ever used it? Write and improve. This is developed by Cambridge, University of Cambridge. Again, it's a tool. Is it an AI tool? Do you think? Yes? Probably yes. Okay, yes, you're right. This is quite similar to the criterion, but the focus is different. Yeah. Criterion is the focus is for helping you passing language exams, but this is for helping EFL learners at their lower and intermediate level to improve their writing. Last one. Oh, everyone loves Grammarly, right? I'm not selling Grammarly. I'm not paid by Grammarly. So is this AI? Of course, it's personalized AI. It's written there, right? But it's more sophisticated. It's not an academic writing assessment tool, but this is for everyone to use, right? This is an assisted writing tools. What about this one? I got it from the internet. That's why I put acknowledge where I got the picture from. So this is generative AI that can create and refine text. As a chatbot, it can discuss writing. So what we need to know is that generative AI is not always chatbot, and chatbots are not always generative AI. Yeah, and a lot of us confuse that when it comes to chatbot, it must be generative. No, it's not. And later you can explore a little bit more on that. Okay, so we've seen some examples. Now I'm going to sort of put it in a more systematic way. So the earlier version of this is the rule-based writing editor. The example is the Hemingway app. Yeah, use program rules and readability formulas injected into the system so that it can do some sort of analysis on style and also clarity. It will provide you feedback on sentence length, passive voice, and all of the aspects that it is not trained. It is designed to focus on. Yeah, but not trained. Automated writing evaluation. This is a more advanced version, and in this version, we start to have AI injected into the system. So because we use AI and NLP or natural language processing models to automatically evaluate writing and provide you scores and then give you feedback on different aspects, not just something on sentence length, but it gives you feedback on your grammar use, mechanics, coherence, and so on and so forth. Yeah, the focus is on assessment and also instructional feedback. Now, when it comes to the next one, a little bit more sophisticated one again, is AI-assisted writing. The example is Grammarly, and then we have also Quillbot and those apps. They use machine learning and natural language processing models to analyze grammar, spelling, and also style, and provide you with real-time correction. These are what other apps couldn't do, right? Real-time correction and also adaptive suggestion for clarity, tone, and also audience. The focus is helping you edit your work, for editing purposes, no assessment. Probably sometimes you can use it for instructional feedback as well. But the point is to improve your writing in general. And the last one is generative AI. It uses large language models to generate and rephrase text based on your prompts. So it can provide you with draft writing. It can summarize things, give you ideas, and translate even, and give you interactive tutoring. Yeah, the focus is on content generation and also personalized assistance. So as you can see from the examples that I've shown you earlier, we have so many different things that we can do, right? But they are all different. And when you talk about what those types of AI or tools can use, you also need to pay attention to what it cannot do. There is no actually one app that can do everything, just like there's no one human being that can do everything. Yeah. So for example, in the rule-based writing editor like Hemingway, it cannot understand meaning. It cannot adapt itself to context, and also it cannot assess creativity or argument quality. Yeah, it can only focus on your length, readability, and so on and so forth. That's all. Automated writing evaluation cannot assess originality or creativity or even high order thinking, and cannot replace teacher's judgment, although it is called evaluation. Yeah. And for AI assisted writing, cannot generally generate full essay. It cannot give deep conceptual feedback, and it cannot guarantee 100% context accuracy. Generative AI, the most dangerous one, the most sophisticated one, it cannot guarantee factual accuracy or originality. And even if you ask ChatGPT, for example, to help you score your students' work, it's not going to be reliable. Yeah, because it will give you different answers every time. Okay, so I'm going to switch to one of my students' study research. And in her research was actually focused on EFL postgraduate students' adoption and experiences of chatbot assisted writing, academic writing. Yeah, I want to share it with you so that you can have some ideas of where you can what you can research later on, yeah, for your skripsi or thesis or dissertation. So this is a very simple study. So my students
Webinarku dorong hari soal.
Oh, okay, right, WK. Okay, so we involved 25 students, postgraduate students, and as you can see here, they actually use chatbot often when do academic writing. Yeah, so that's why this topic is very important, because we need to know how they use that. When it comes to AI tools for writing, as you can see here, which ones are the chatbot? Which ones are chatbots? Can you recognize them? Okay, I want you to put it in the chat box now. Which ones are chatbots? ChatGPT, very good. Gemini, yes. Yeah. Anything else that you can see? Perplexity, yes. Well, actually, I've given you the answers there. All of the orange ones are chatbots. Yeah, the non-orange ones are the AI tools, AI writing tools. Yeah, with different functions, of course. Yeah, the students that we researched did not use DeepSeek, actually. All right, so let's move on. So these students, or the participants of the study, said that they actually use AI tools in different stages of academic writing. As you can see, they use it in the planning, reviewing literature, drafting, revising, editing, and proofreading, but not so much in formatting and citing and referencing. And this is quite interesting, because earlier when you talk about automation, right, giving tasks to tools like this, you would want to give more boring stuff to AI, but actually they did not do that, right? Quite interesting. So later on, if you're interested in doing a follow-up study on this, please do. Okay, now, right, so let's switch again. What are your concerns, pedagogical, technological, ethical, and policy, of using AI in language teaching and learning and research, of course? Now that you know a little bit more about AI and the different types and the dimensions and how you should approach them, so how would you, what do you think? Yeah, let's forget about the pull everywhere. Okay, let's just put your answers in the chat box. What are your concerns? That one shouldn't plagiarize. Yes, that's one thing. Any pedagogical concerns? Plagiarism is ethical concern and also policy concern. Yeah, but have you thought about pedagogical and technological concerns in relation to using AI? Right, so not many research is conducted on that particular part of AI, yeah? Most of them talk about whether it's ethical or politically correct, or should be done or not, but and technological problems as well, in terms of reliability and validity. But pedagogical, as language learners, if you are exposed to AI, actually Pak Jati talked about this earlier, yeah? He talked about, now, I know when my students use AI because I know the style of AI. Gemini will give me this kind of answer, ChatGPT, so on and so forth. So you know that, but the pedagogical implication may be there. Yeah. Okay. In the demonstration that Pak Jati did earlier, it was easy for you to follow because you are advanced language learners, right? When the person from London, give you answers to your questions, it's easy for you to understand. But imagine if you use that with children, what kind of language can you use, and whether or not children will understand the answers of AI. So there are a lot of things that we need to consider when it comes to using AI. So concerns in relation to the use of AI when it comes to pedagogy, technology, policy, and then ethics. Probably over-reliance on AI language models. We don't know whether after being exposed to AI answers for 3 years, you will still be human when it comes to your writing style. We don't know. You may write like AI, and therefore when you write, you put it in a 0 GPT, it is recognized as 100% AI. Probably because of that, because you learn the language of AI. We don't know it for sure, but you can do research on that. Yeah. We also have problems that it may limit learners' creativity, critical thinking, and also independence because of the over-reliance. Yeah. Questions of accuracy, reliability of output, and then sometimes it's a bit robotic and not personal. You kind of know that and feel that you're talking to robots, right? And then the next one, not many people talk and think about this: digital divide and unequal access to AI tools. So most really good AI tools are actually not free. So if you have money and you have access to that, of course you will have better information. You will have a better starting point, when it comes to your research and so on and so forth. Digital divide will also include problems with literacy, AI literacy. All of us have different literacy levels, and that will also influence, your work later on. The next one is misalignment with diverse learner proficiency levels and also needs. This is what I just talked to you about. And the last one, probably ethical issues and policy, as well as regulation gaps. We have a guidelines for the use of AI in higher education, published by the Ministry of Education, but it doesn't really tell us or help us when it comes to regulation, right? It's just that, like giving us different types of AI that you can use and how you use it, but no policy, no regulation at all. So we are left in the dark, basically. Okay, now, so I'm going to propose something else, actually. Pak Jati already mentioned this. So AI is our assistant, actually. It's not our professor, not our students, for those who are lecturers. It's our colleague that we must supervise. Yeah. Because we cannot trust it 100%. You have to always check whether they give you a really good answer or accurate answer, so on and so forth. So you need to supervise it. Some of your work may be delegated to AI or delegated to human being, or assisted by AI and assisted by human being. All right, earlier we talked about writing, right? I'm going to switch later on to speaking with the help of this one to set a context. Right, are you familiar with robot-assisted language learning? This is actually one of the research findings from robot-assisted language learning. There is one role that we haven't talked about not much perhaps, in previous studies in relation to language education, which is robot as or bot or AI as companion or peer. Okay, I'm going to make the picture a little bit big so that we can focus on what we want to focus on. Whoa, yeah. So this one, companion, partner, and peer, it appears again and again and again in studies in the robot-assisted language learning. So when it comes to AI, we need to sort of, see it from a different perspective again. not only as tools and tutors, this is within the area of computer-assisted language learning and technology-enhanced language learning, but also as, what do you think, as peer and companion or partner. Yeah, and we're going to see some examples on that. So the roles now, we should not only focus on tool and tutor, and we should not only think about generative AI, and we should not think about chatbots only. Yeah, all of the things that are in relation to AI should be considered. So the last one, as a partner, because when we use AI as a partner, we can sort of engage differently. Yeah, we can discuss, you can practice, you can do role play, interaction, and you can play games even. Okay, someone is trying to right. Okay, now as AI as your language learning assistant. So earlier we talked about AI as our research assistant, right? As language learners, we can also use AI as our assistant, not our teacher, not our tool, but it's a conversation and also learning partner inside. So let's take a look at this and explore it a little bit. So I'm going to use similar example. Do you still remember that I used similar example earlier for writing and improve? This is the speaking version. Do you still remember what this is? Yeah, is this AI? Yes, this is AI tool. This is automated speaking evaluation tool that we can use to help us develop our speaking ability. We're going to take a look at some examples, yeah? So if you talk to Sandy, who will ask you some questions, Sandy will help you grade your speaking ability. Okay, and you can practice and practice again so that you can improve your speaking. So pretty limited, right? It's actually there in the automated speech evaluation type. It can do all of these things to evaluate pronunciation, fluency, and prosody, give you that diagnostic feedback, but it cannot capture a lot of things. So again, when using technology in general, try to take a look at its affordances. Yeah, AI, chat GPT voice mode, like the one that Pak Jati demonstrated earlier, cannot guarantee pragmatic accuracy or natural tone taking, because you need to always give it a cue, like, okay, now it's your turn, now it's your turn. It's not natural. Yeah, so it always requires supervision to avoid errors as well. We should not believe that everything that she said actually is true. All right, now we talk about AI as a tutor earlier. Yeah, okay, sorry. Tool. Let's take a look at the example here. Right. So I'm just going to illustrate this. Now we have 3 different options. Yeah. AI as tool, AI as tutor, AI as partner. So every language learner has actually has a tool or more tools to create content. So you don't need to rely on your lecturers to give you recordings or video or something like that, because you can actually generate your content by yourself, depending on the level of your level of language proficiency. Okay, the next one, every language learner has a language tutor. This already been demonstrated by Pak Jati. So act as my language teacher, teach me the stages of making a summary of a story, guide me through, blah, blah, blah. So you give it prompts so that it can act as your tutor. Yeah, so this is my prompt. Now let's go to the next one. Every language learner also has now a conversation partner. You can ask ChatGPT to be your interviewer so that you can practice. You can ask ChatGPT to be your students because you are practicing for your peer teaching or things like that. Yeah, all you need to do is a good prompt, basically. But it's actually quite difficult to come up with good prompts. Yeah, you need to engineer them. Next one, every language learner now has an opponent. So if you want to play something, you want to play a game, you can ask ChatGPT to play games with you. Let's play word association today, for example. Make it simple, as I'm an A1 CFR English language learner. So let's get started. Sun, warm and fire. Yeah. Usually you need someone else to play with you, but now you have AI to be your opponent. It can be your learning buddy. Yeah. It can help you with, if you have problems with like creating sentences or writing sentences and things like that, it can help you with language learning activities, but not as tutor, not as a teacher, but as your buddy. Right. So today I'm focusing on these things actually. Something to sort of review. Yeah. So we're talking about, whoa, I'm going too fast again. So we're talking about AI as tool to assist us in performing tasks, as tutor to teach us and supervise our tasks, and also as a partner, as our peer, companion, or opponent, as well as assistant in performing a task. So if we now can see AI not just as a tool that can help you write, you will be able to learn more from AI and actually benefit more from AI just by diligently looking into their technological affordability. Right, so lesson learned from the current use of AI in language learning. We cannot rely solely on AI. We should use AI creatively but ethically. We should use AI to assist us, but not replace us. And this is the most important one, actually. We should master AI to be its master. So I'm going to go back to like a very cliche question. A lot of people, when we are in this kind of situation, webinars or seminars, ask us like, will we be replaced by technology? Will we be replaced by chatbots? No, we are not. But you are going to be replaced by those who know or who master those chatbots, right? Right. So today, this is what we know. AI as tool, tutor, and partner. In the future, who knows? I actually have conducted research on this last one. Yeah, but it's for another day, another time. Another role of technology and AI. All right, so what's next? We need to improve our understanding of the affordances of AI and our skills in integrating AI, of course. But we also need to push AI further and make it open to everyone so that we can sort of, limit or minimize digital divide. And also to improve the safety, reliability, and accuracy of AI. Right. So I don't want you to go to the poll everywhere. Just write one word that is your takeaway from today's session. So what do you remember from my long lecture today? Anyone? Want to start writing something in the chat box? One word. You can have one sentence if you want, but not a paragraph. Your takeaway. AI is a partner. Yeah. Thoughtful, insightful. A tutor. Reinventing. Yes. AI is my tool, partner is tutor, and tutor. We must master AI to become its master. Very good. I used that line before, by the way. Yeah. Revisionize. Right. I'm glad that you remember the dimensions of AI and also the types. use it responsibly as a partner. All right, so thank you very much, and that's all from me today. Thank you. You are still muted, Bu Areta. We cannot hear you.
Check. Hello.
Okay, yes,
Okay.
we can hear you now.
All right. So very wonderful presentations for the second sessions with Ibu Yvonne. So ladies and gentlemen, if you have questions, you can raise your hand or you can type on the chat box. Somebody wants to ask?
Nobody.
Wait a moment. Maybe it's maybe the participant still type on the chat box one sentence, maybe one paragraph. What the question
Mbak
for you?
Mufiha. Mbak Mufiha.
Okay, Mbak Intan.
Yeah. Oh, Mbak Intan, okay.
Great. The nice presentations, Miss Yvonne.
Thank you.
When AI can duplicate examinations better than teachers, what can we do to make our examinations more engaged and engaging for students?
Your examination? Come again? Sorry, I didn't catch the first one.
When AI can duplicate examinations better than teachers, what can we do as a teacher in the future?
Okay, right.
To make our examinations more engaged and engaging for students. Thank you.
So I assume that this is something to do with assessment, right? When AI is doing assessment and then compared to when you are doing assessment. Is it what you mean?
Yeah.
Yes, okay. Right. So AI will only do very basic kind of assessment depending on the kind of rubric that you give it or the kind of rubric developed by AI or generated by AI. Yeah, but it will not be able to capture many things like emotion. AI has no emotion. Yeah, and it will also only be giving you answers which are not too critical, basically. Yeah, the assessment will be very neutral and then positive and things like that. But teachers will give you different kind of assessment, basically. It can help you more in the area in which AI will not help you. So how do you improve yourself to be a better teacher? By learning how to become a good assessor or evaluator, basically. Yeah, taking a look at learning from different angles and perspectives, and not just based on grammar accuracy or things like that. Does it help? Does it answer your question? Because to be honest, I don't understand it 100%. Sorry for that.
Thank you, some students in the room who have the question. You can raise your hand.
Ask me simple questions.
Okay.
You can ask Pak Jati the difficult ones.
From Zoom. Yes, Ibu Nila.
Ibu Nila.
You can open your mic.
I just want to share experience when I'm using ChatGPT or Gemini. I was asked 100 multiple choices, multiple questions, and I thought that I will get 100 or 90 when I'm asking both applications to do it. But it's a little bit shocked when the score is just 60, 70. I thought that the answer all are correct, but it is not. They are not correct. The score is low. I just got 60, on average, 60 up to 70 only. It means that both AI or both applications are not reliable or not answering the questions well. Is that right?
Yes. Yeah, that's a good lesson learned actually. Yeah, don't trust it 100%. It may not give you the right answer. Yeah.
The question says about anti-corruption. It is given in Bahasa Indonesia. The choices
Right.
is also in Bahasa Indonesia.
Yeah, because chatbots like or generative AI like ChatGPT, Gemini, they are trained. So if they do not have something to train with, so the training materials, then their answer will be a little bit bizarre, basically. Yeah, because they do not have it in their repository of answers. And it's just like Pak Jati said earlier, it generates content and it follows the style of human language, but it may not actually be clever enough to give you accurate answers. Yeah, so the pattern is human language, but the content itself may not be accurate. But if you train it first, it may give you good answers. You need to train it first. Try training your bot before using it. Yeah, the application. Yes.
Okay. Thank you very much.
You're most welcome.
Okay, thank you, Bunila. Any other participants wants to ask Ibu Yvonne? Okay. Actually, I have one questions for Ibu Yvonne. Maybe it happens with
Easy
my
one?
student. Yeah, it's okay.
Oh, okay. Easy. Yeah.
Maybe the feeling is happened in my students when they have. I mean, my students once cognitively want to write by their their knowledge, their ability, but in the time being, they have they have another feelings to use AI because of blah blah another factors maybe. So how the persons can make balance between their positive, I mean that the cognitive willings to write with their own knowledge and other, and how we balance if they have such kind of mungkin tergoda untuk using AI. So how we do you have any suggestions if the students have that such kind of feelings?
Okay. Right. They have this urge to get help. Yeah, to get support from AI. Okay, let me use an example. Do you swim?
Yeah.
Do you swim? Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Do you know someone who doesn't swim?
Sorry?
Do you know someone who cannot swim?
Me. I cannot
Okay,
swim.
Pumutis. Okay, you cannot swim. Right. So if now the two of you are, like in a hotel and there's a swimming pool.
Yeah.
And you force Bilkis to swim, how would she feel?
Maybe worry, like
Of course, she doesn't swim. Yeah.
Yeah.
Our students are like that when it comes to language learning. Yeah, they may be able to speak really well or know the language in their own language, first language, but second language to them may be like swimming to Bubilkis. So what we can do is actually to help them by scaffolding learning so that they are not attempted to use AI, yeah, to write for them or things like that. And then to also teach them how to use these tools to improve themselves instead of to produce something. Yeah. Because again, students everywhere will find a shortcut. Even lecturers will find shortcuts, right? But if you know how to do something, then you will not be tempted to do it. So basically, our job as a teacher would be, developing our students and scaffolding their learning so that they are actually doing things within their capacity instead of something which is too difficult for them. Yeah, probably that's my answer. You are not audible, Bu Areta. I cannot hear you. I'm doing lip reading now. Sorry. I can see Pupilkis is raising her hand. Or should I go through the questions in the chat box?
Wait, Ivan, can you hear us?
Yes.
It's on the chat
Yes,
box.
I can. Okay, I can hear you. Right.
Okay.
Right. Okay. Wait. Where am I?
Okay, perhaps you want to go with the questions in the chat box first.
Okay, yes. Same thing happens when we want to create an idea. Right, the grammar is not correct. Okay. Will paid AI tools give students a significant advantage over those using free AI tools, creating a big gap in educational outcomes? A little bit, yes. There's going to be, well, again, this is commercial product. So what you get when you pay will be something more sophisticated than the one which comes as a freebie. Yeah. So for example, ChatGPT, the paid one will give you the 5.0, but the free one will give you the version before that, right? Less sophisticated, not extremely different, but you will have some limitations. For example, if you want to ask ChatGPT or DALL-E to generate an image for you, the quality of the image will be different, and things like that. So I hope that answers Silmi's question. Yeah, but again, we should not think about them in the context of outcomes. Yeah, we need to switch our way of thinking, actually. Use them in the process, but not to produce something. The process of creation can involve them, but the product should not be what they produce. So from all the types of AI that already, okay, which one does? Okay, right. So this is from Anissa. Which one is the best? The best is the one that fits your purpose. The most sophisticated one doesn't mean the best. For example, if you just want to prepare yourself to pass an IELTS test, yeah, or language test. Use the academic writing assessment one. That should be enough for you. You don't have to use the more sophisticated one. Yeah. So this is the same as if you want to cut fruits, cut it with the right kind of knife, right? You don't use a cleaver to cut, yeah, to peel fruits. So basically, the best tool is the one that serves your purpose. So that we are, as students, allowed to use, is there any policy? Okay, right. Yes, you can. You can use AI to help you learn, but not to help you produce. Yeah, because for example, in your writing class, you are given a task to write 3 paragraphs, right? If you ask AI to do that, it means that the job of an AI, you are not developing any skills, any writing skills. But your teachers would want you to show them what you can do and cannot do. And then they will be able to help you. If you give them, so if you use AI, you actually at loss because you will not learn anything. Yeah. So can you use it? Definitely you can, wisely and safely. As we know that AI can be our partner in work. Do you think AI can replace tutor and editor place? As a tutor, yes. Yeah, but not 100%. Human. Okay, let's say something like this. Imagine if you want to find a boyfriend or girlfriend, will you find something made of iron or plastic? No, you would want to find human being, yeah, with flesh and blood. So that's the same. If you want to be taught to be human, you should be taught by a human. As editor, yeah, probably in the future. Yeah, once they are able to develop themselves and be better than human beings. But now the condition is AI and all of the technology related to AI, it's not as sophisticated as human beings. Not yet, at least. And I hope those researchers are not going there. Okay, what are the specific ways best to delegate tasks to technology while we can also need to sharpen our critical thinking at the same time? Ask the technology to do more regular things that are mechanical, like spotting problems. Okay. When you type your essay in Microsoft Word, for example, it will give you clue that you're actually making mistakes in your spelling and things like that. So AI is also need to be used in that way. So give it a kind of role in which it's not defining your work, but it's helping you doing your work. You still have to do the critical thinking. So, for example, it can help you with brainstorming ideas. You can talk to AI. If you're given an assignment, for example, write about your hometown, and you know nothing about your hometown. There are different choices that you can do, right? You need to brainstorm and find out about your hometown anyway. So you can do it by going to government websites and then go to TikTok or wherever. You can ask AI. So AI is just another agent that can help you do things like that. And then at the end of the day, you need to think about, do I need to include everything in my description of my town? No, I don't. So you critically pick the things that are relevant to you or relevant to the instruction. So that's your part. Okay, I hope that helps Mbak Hidayati. Generative AI is consistent and less accurate when dealing with very specific subjects. Yes. My friend said, so when we use AI to solve locally occurred pathogen and viruses of plants, okay, it might You cannot solve that because it's not our problem. Yeah, you can train AI if you want it to know more. So you can actually feed it with uh, articles that you want it to read and things like that. But basically, it's not something that is within our capacity to solve. Yeah, and up until today, AI is still being trained. Yeah, we actually have people who are paid to be trainers of AI. So if you want to have a job with a really good pay in dollars, you probably want to do that. Train AI. Yeah, so the answer is not us, basically. No. No. It's not our job to do this. And that's for Tony Irawan. Yeah, sorry, Tony Indra Kurniawan. Okay, right. That can be a fun job, and it pays good, I heard. Some teachers in senior high school mentioned that some students used to solve. Okay. Yeah, so basically, if teachers, again, so if we teachers give our students something that they cannot do, they will be tempted to do shortcuts. Yeah, and they will try to find ways. If it's not AI, it will be something else. May ask their older brother or sisters to do the task for them, right? So the problem is not the AI, it's not the technology, it's the way we think about using technology. So that's what needs to be fixed first. Yeah, and also in language teaching and learning, perhaps teachers want to give tasks which are within the students' capacity to do rather than something, sophisticated but difficult to do. And then at the end of the day, the students will not be able to do it and they use AI to do the task. We have to be smart. Of course, yes, definitely, Bu Eka. We have to be smarter because we are the master of AI. If you let AI do your work and then you just delegate everything to AI, AI becomes your master, right? So it's our choice, actually. Are we the master or AI is the master? Of course, Pak Jati. Yes. Bu Bilkis, you raise your hand again.
Yes, okay. Thank you for the chance. So, ma'am, right now I'm actually interested in researching about, sorry.
Yeah.
I'll try to use the microphone.
Yes. Oh, that's because you're all together in the same room, huh? Okay. Or two rooms, yes. Sorry, I cannot hear you.
Hear my voice, Buivan?
Yes.
Okay, good. All right.
Yeah, now I can.
Okay, now I'm interested in researching the illusion of uh, because I see the drafts of my students that they submit when they are what is it in their undergraduate thesis. Yeah, somehow I consider them as way too good in some ways. So not only that we receive the drafts, we also do some consultation session or supervision sessions. But uh, it's still a challenge for me to distinguish students who are actually understand their draft, but yeah, perhaps because they are too shy or belong to the introverted students. So sometimes they understand what they are writing, but it is hard for them to tell me what it is that they understand in their writing. But the writing is stunning.
Flawless.
Yes,
Flawless.
flawless. And on the other side, the other students are like that. The writing is flawless, but when I ask them, it is also the same. Like they cannot really explain that. So my problem is actually I have difficulties understanding whether the students really understand this or not. Is it because they are writing the product using AI, or because it is hard for them to explain the process? Because perhaps it's how to say it.
Mm.
Can you help me? Any suggestions, for example, what I should to distinguish those who seems as if they understand but not really understand if we compare their performance, the oral performance, in their manuscript. Thank you.
Mhm. Okay, so there's actually a shortcut that you might want to do, like ask them to write in front of you.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
That way, you will know their style
Mm-hmm.
and their ability to write.
Yeah, yeah, I
Yeah,
think
don't give them anything. Yeah, and then compare the results.
okay. Yeah, that's a good idea. I never thought of that. Thank you very much, everyone.
You're most welcome.
Thank you, Miss Yvonne. Any other questions from the participant on Zoom or in the room? Students? I think that there is no questions. So this is the end of these sessions with Miss Yvonne. Thank you very much for your wonderful, insightful presentations for today, for your answer in the chat box or as people in the Zoom. So we also say gratitude for a token of appreciations from the committee. So please give applause to Miss Yvonne.
Thank you so much.
Yes. Thank you again for Miss Yvonne. See you again in another occasions and maybe virtually or offline. Yes.
I'll see you next month in Malang.
Yes.
Many of you are going to Malang, right? So I'm looking forward to meeting you all, including Pak Jati. He will also come to Malang.
Yeah, hopefully. Okay. Again and again, thank you very much, Miss Yvonne. See you
It's my
again.
pleasure.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
And then I will give back to Bu Bilkis.
Okay, thank you very much, Ms. Sareta, for leading the session with Bu Ifan. And Bu Ifan, thank you. It's never enough to, extend our gratitude for you to be here, for your willingness to be here, and your invaluable presentations really give us lots of information that we can take and we can implement in our class. Okay, now, ladies and gentlemen, now we have reached the end of today's national seminar. Now, on behalf of the organizing committee, I would like to extend our sincerest gratitude to all the speakers, the participants, the lecturers, and students, and everyone who contributed to the success of this event. Your feedback in the chat box, your active participations of asking questions during the sessions are very deeply appreciated. We hope that today's seminar has been meaningful and beneficial, providing us with new insights and inspirations. So let us wrap up this seminar with a sense of optimism and commitment to put the knowledge we gained today into practice. Thank you very much one more time. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good afternoon and see you at our next event. And please do not forget to take your attendance, to record your attendance. But before that, I would like to record your attendance in Zoom. So could you please turn on your camera so that we'll be able to take a screenshot of your attendance here. Give us your best smile. Okay, I'm going to take the screenshot of the first screen. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Wait a moment. Okay, now the second screen. Hang on. The second screen, 3, 2, 1, let's go. Thank you. The third screen, 3, 2, 1. Thank you. Fourth screen, 3, 2, 1. The fifth.
connection is unstable.
Okay. And the last screen. Thank you very much one more time. So please do not forget to take attendance, to record your attendance. And the link of the attendance is shared in the chat box.
Need access for the link.
Oh, the access of the link is denied. Okay, I'm
Wait a
going to
second.
check that first. Oh, I can open that, ma'am. Perhaps you need to log into your Google account first, because I'm going to share the screen right now. I just clicked it and it appears right here. If you can see my screen, I just click the link in the chat box and it appears. Perhaps you need to log into your Google account first. And for others, do you experience the same difficulties with the link to the? Okay, some of you have problem. Mr. Dave, could you?
Yeah.
Yes, okay. Mr. David is working on it.
The professor.
Okay, please wait a moment, Bapak Ibu and adik-adik. We will stay here until the link is reset. Okay, but for those who have finished taking the attendance, you are welcome to stay in the Zoom, or you can also leave the Zoom as well. Okay, Mr. David said that he has fixed the problem with the certificate. So could you please try clicking that link again? If the problem is still there, still persistent. Hello? Can you hear my voice, everyone? Okay, thank you, thank you. Thank you for telling us that the problem is fixed. Thank you very much. Hello, Eldina. It's been a long time not seeing you. Okay, thank you, everyone. So if you have finished taking your attendance, you can leave the Zoom. Thank you again one more time, Pak Jati and Bu Yvonne. We are going to see you in our next event. Thank you and goodbye.
Thank you. Bye, everyone.
Thank you.
Have a nice weekend.
Yes, you too.
Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye. See you another occasion. See you in Malang.
Yes, see you in Malang. We found Pak Jati.